Hey guys, today I'm going to show you how to make a spectacular chocolate cream pie recipe. This is reminiscent of some of those cream pies we all grew up with as a kid, the kind you get in a diner. This is a great recipe to serve next weekend for Mother's Day, especially if mom is a chocoholic. And if you're looking for more dessert ideas, you are in luck because this video is part of a collaboration with one of my new friends, Amanda Frederickson. Now you may know Amanda from her spectacular Instagram feed. She has the most beautiful recipe videos on there that will leave you salivating. And she has recently come to YouTube, which I am so excited about. Head on over and subscribe, tell her welcome to YouTube, and you will enjoy her Mother's Day recipe. She's gonna show you how to make a spectacular crepe cake. This is one of those desserts that you guys have been asking me how to make, and frankly, I don't know how to make that recipe, but she does, and she's gonna teach us both. So be sure to head over there and check it out. Okay, so for now, let me show you how to make a spectacular chocolate cream pie. So we're first going to begin with our crust. So you're going to grind up 7 ounces of just plain chocolate wafers. And once they're all finely ground, then you're going to add 5 tablespoons of melted unsalted butter. And if they're not sticking together, you can go ahead and add another tablespoon. And then you can turn this mixture out into a 9-inch pie tin. And then you just want to work the crust up the sides, flattening down the center. And then I like to go in with a measuring cup and make sure that crust is really tight and fitted, and that will help that crust rise up a bit more. And it is a bit of a crumbly crust, so if you want to kind of bring it together with your fingertips just around the edges, you can do that, and it'll set up as well once you put it in the oven. So we're going to bake this at 375 degrees Fahrenheit for just about 6 to 7 minutes. Then you can pull out your crust and allow it to cool, and then we're going to make the filling. So we first want to begin with a large bowl that we are going to add 3 egg yolks and 1 tablespoon of cornstarch. And you can whisk that up until you have a nice paste. So you can set that aside, and then in a large sauce pot, we're going to add 1 cup of milk, 1 cup of heavy cream, and 1/4 cup of sugar. Then, to give our chocolate cream pie a little bit more of a sophisticated taste, we are going to mix up the chocolates. So I like to add 1 cup of bittersweet chocolate chips and 1 cup of semi-sweet chocolate chips. Now, if you don't like bittersweet chocolate, because this does have a very rich sort of chocolatey taste, you could do all semi-sweet. Then you're just going to put this on a medium flame, whisking all the while until that chocolate is melted and you have a nice chocolatey mixture. Then you can turn off the flame, and then using a 1/3 cup measuring cup, you're going to take some of this chocolate mixture and put it in your egg mixture and whisk that up. And that will basically temper the eggs so that they don't scramble on you. Then once you do that, then it's ready to add the rest of the chocolate, and you can whisk that up. Then at this stage, I do like to rinse out my sauce pot so that you're starting with something that's clean. And then you're going to pour that chocolate mixture back into the pot. Because remember, we have some raw eggs there, so we need to cook those to get rid of the bacteria and to also thicken up our mixture. So this will take about 5 minutes or so, and you'll start to see it bubbling a little bit, and just keep whisking all the while, otherwise it'll stick to the bottom of the pot and you'll end up with a clumpy custard, and we want a nice smooth custard. Then once it's ready, you can turn off your heat. You're going to add a tablespoon of butter and whisk that in, and that will give you a really nice smooth and rich texture. And then for a little bit more flavor, we're going to add 1 teaspoon of vanilla extract. You can whisk that in. Then we are going to pour this mixture into our cooled pie crust. And you'll see how velvety and chocolatey this mixture is. This is one spectacular dessert, I promise. Then we are going to put this in the refrigerator to set up. I would say the longer it sits in your fridge, the better, because you're going to get a really nice clean slice that way. So minimum 4 hours, but overnight is really even better. And then once your pie is set, then you can make the whipped cream topping, which really helps to kind of balance out the richness of the chocolate. So in the bowl of an electric mixer, you're going to add 1 1/4 cups of heavy cream, 1/2 teaspoon of vanilla extract, and just 2 teaspoons of powdered sugar. And then you're just going to whip that cream up until stiff peaks form. You do want a nice stiff peak because it'll make it easier to pipe out that way. And then we're going to transfer the whipped cream into a pastry bag fitted with just your favorite star tip. And then we're going to go ahead and pipe little stars all around the pie in an homage to those kind of diner cream pies. And it looks really pretty that way. And be generous with your piping. You can give it a nice peak. And then once you're done, I like to just garnish it with one of those bittersweet chocolate chips and just run it over a microplane. and that will give you some nice little speckled chocolate. Then you want to put this in the fridge, and it really does take, I would say, 2 to 3 hours for that whipped cream to set up. Again, so you get a nice clean slice when you go to serve it. And then you're good to go. You will see how decadent and delicious this pie is. You've got that rich chocolate underneath mixed with that lightly sweetened whipped cream and of course the cookie crunch. I hope you guys give this one a try and let me know what you think. And I also hope that you head on over to Amanda's channel, check out her crepe cake, and definitely subscribe. Tell her I sent you, and I think you will love her as much as I do. All right, you guys, I hope all the mothers out there have a very happy Mother's Day. Put your feet up, relax. You've earned it, you deserve it, and I will see you back here the next week. Okay, see you then. Bye.